Hey guys, this is Donnelly coming at you. And yesterday was my first therapy session with my new therapist. And I feel hopeful about this new therapist and that in the long run, I will finally start to make some progress. And so I am making this video because I do feel like with each session that I'm going to finally start kind of bringing some emotion to the surface. A lot of emotion that I've kind of kept suppressed. And so here it is, guys. So pretty much the overall theme of yesterday was we're kind of like starting like at a surface level, and then we're gonna kind of like peel the onion and go deeper and deeper and deeper. So it kind of first start up by kind of getting like an overall picture, getting some details about like my upbringing, uh, where I lived like during my childhood, into like my teens and 20s, and then like my through my 30s and 40s, kind of getting some background on my family, the relationships between my mom's side and my dad's side of the family. But then towards the end of the session is when we kind of started getting to things like what we're going to be kind of working on first. And so like the theme that really struck my therapist, and I guess I shouldn't call it theme, but like what really struck to my therapist was when I said that I feel like I am walking with a cone of shame. Because, in all honesty, since 2017, I feel like I have pretty much been walking with the cone of shame due to career failure. And I know I've brought this up many times. And so, this is why I say that it is a goal of mine to get my first data analyst or business analyst or buyer job or some job that's related to data by the end of 2024 because I realize that this could be a long process to addressing my mental health, getting my mental health towards in a better place. But it's hard to say because, I've been suffering from chronic depression and anxiety for quite a while now. And of course, loneliness. So is it natural progression or not? And so obviously, a lot of people out there have difficulty with underemployment, unemployment, and I'm sure it can affect people's mental health in big ways. And so, kind of what I'm doing is I'm sharing my story of how underemployment, unemployment has significantly negatively impacted my mental health. It has pretty much destroyed my self confidence, pretty much almost no self esteem, very little self confidence, and yeah, I mean, it's because I feel like a man's career is like the foundation of like their confidence. Without a career, you pretty much have nothing. As far as like I feel like, at least that's how I feel. Maybe other people feel differently, but and I know I've mentioned this before that I feel like a big part of my failure with the hiking group and other activity groups that I've joined in over the past few years was the fact that, of course, I have very little self confidence due to career failure. And of course, depression and anxiety contributes more to my loneliness, and then the more lonely I feel, the worse it makes my depression, worsens my anxiety. And so, like I said, is it natural progression of my depression and anxiety, or is it the fact that underemployment and unemployment and the fact that pretty much I have gotten zero use out of my degree has made my mental health that much worse? It's hard to say, but yeah, it's looking like that I'm going to be battling this pretty much mostly on my own because I have disbanded from any social group that I'm part of that's outside of my desired career field, meaning like I'm going to take part in like coffee chats and do like virtual meetings with people in like the analytics field because otherwise that's not good if I completely shut myself off. But as far as like activity groups outside of my desired career field, like whether it be like cycling, hiking, running, hobby groups, art groups, music, sporting groups, whatever you can think of. I pretty much feel like I've got to get to a point in life where I can be like, I've got a good career going for me. I'm working on my mental health. I'm able to get the therapy I need. And so I kind of have like this big regret of just like joining these groups because yeah, I pretty much set myself up for failure. And it's resulted in me experiencing more loneliness. So yeah, I feel like that next time I go out there and join another hiking group or a cycling group or a traveling group, I want to be the best person I can be. I don't want to be broken. I don't want to be weak. I want to have a good career going for me. I want to be working on, saving up for retirement, knowing that I'm secure, financially secure. I want to be confident that I've got a job I feel proud of, that I feel like I'm growing in my career, that I'm serving the community through my job, whatever it may be. I want to have that going in place before I go out there and start meeting new people, because I feel like when I try to meet new people when I'm like weak and fragile and vulnerable, it ends up not being very good. So, yeah, I've pretty much completely disbanded myself from all the side groups that were part of the hiking group and activity groups I'm with. So, there are probably, I'm more than likely not going to be going to any get togethers this holiday season and potentially next holiday season as well. So, but my goal, and I'm going to state this, is to kind of make some serious headway with my mental health over the next few months, and then figure out a roadmap to figure out the best way to get myself further skilled in my desired career field. And over time, like I said, it is my goal by the end of 2024 to secure my first entry level job. And then I figure after I've had like my first big review and I feel like I'm doing a good job and my manager is pleased with me and my coworkers are like glad to have me on board, then I can finally make a video. This is a goal. This is like the big goal of mine. And I would say it's like the first big goal because I have goals after that, but got to kind of take things in baby steps. So the very first goal of mine is, of course, to get myself an entry level data or business analyst job. But then ideally is to be able to come at you guys and be like, for the first time in 49, 50 years, I finally feel worthy. I finally feel like I'm good enough. I am ready to go out there and mingle. I'm ready to go out there to the bars, to a cruise, to travel and go out there and meet new people. I feel like I'm ready. I've got a good job going for me. I'm financially secure. I've got people that I work with that, we get along. And it's just like, it's like, I just need to have that career going to help build up my self confidence. And having that self confidence, people are going to radiate towards it. When you have that confidence, people are just towards it. But when you have that lack of confidence, chronic underemployment, unemployment, zero confidence, I mean, that underemployment and unemployment, it just like feeds into this like depression, loneliness, feelings of not good enough. So this is my experience with underemployment and unemployment. I'm sure it's different for other people, but I'm sure there's a lot of similarities too. But so, and of course, I want to be able to, have the means to afford a speech pathologist, because I do want to seek out a speech pathologist to work on my speech, maybe deepen my voice, get rid of my lisp. So there are many things I want to do to improve in myself, make myself the best version I can be, through therapy, speech pathology therapy, maybe some spiritual therapy, to be the best well-rounded person, have a good career going for me, financial secure, and then that's when I'll be able to give that double thumbs up and be like, guys, I'm going to go out there and join a group. I'm going to go out there and try to meet new people. I'm going to start traveling. So yeah, when I give the double thumbs up, that means I have gotten to the point where I've got myself a good job. I've got good confidence. My mental health is on par. So when you see that video of me making a double thumbs up at the very beginning and I say I feel worthy, that's when I feel like it'll be time to buckle up, because that's when I feel like life will finally take off. So that's kind of like how I'm feeling after my first session. I feel hopeful because, like I mentioned, I think a lot of things are going to be coming to the surface. I'm going to be letting out a lot of repressed emotion and just sharing my story of what depression, loneliness, underemployment, unemployment can do to an individual. And as far as online dating goes, yeah, that I can scratch that. I don't even stand a chance. As far as online dating goes, I have a better chance of winning the lotto 7 days in a row and then getting struck by lightning on the eighth day. Yes. So figure out those odds. Yeah, I have better odds of that happening than even getting a date through online dating. But I know that once I get a career going, and I know people are probably thinking this guy is delusional. No, I'm not delusional. I'm just simply sharing my story of what depression, anxiety, coupled with underemployment and unemployment can do to someone. So I don't think it's being delusional at all because yeah, I mean it's a struggle out there and yeah, it's just very degrading to my social esteem. So pretty much I feel like the reason why I'm single is like I see my being single as as shame, and I feel shame because of failing to have a career, failing to have a career. It's like I'm walking with shame. It's like I feel like yeah. I mean, it's like I can compare myself to like I don't even. It's like I don't even want to say it, but like yeah, I feel like I'm just like I'm wearing a cone of shame over my head. So yeah, that was just kind of letting out some raw emotion here, but this is this was like session number one. I'm really hopeful. I do like the therapist I'm working with. So in due time, it is my goal to be able to give you guys the double thumbs up when I'm 50 years old. That's the goal. If it happens when I'm 48 next year, if it happens if I'm 49, that's like a bonus, guys. That's a bonus. I'm not giving up on it, but I want to be able to give that double thumbs up at the very beginning of the video, coupled with the words, I, I want to be able to do this, guys. This is what I want to be able to do by the time I'm at least 50. For the first time in my entire existence, I feel worthy. We're gonna make it. I'm gonna make it happen. It's gonna be tough. There's gonna be a lot of loneliness, a lot of social isolation, but I've got to do it. I've got to figure out a way to get to my desired career path and make it happen. And so it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna be, it's gonna put me to the test. There may be times I may have to go to the ER. I may have to admit myself to a psych ward on occasion. If I have to do that, it is what it is. But I'll do what it takes to survive this and to come out the other end and be like, yes, I can finally go out there and start meeting some new people and maybe one day experience being in an intimate relationship. So, yep. Okay, so that's all for now, guys, but I'll be coming back actually very shortly because I still do need to see if I can keep on track with my 22 days of gratitude. And I know it's gonna kind of be a little odd, from watching this video to that. But yeah, there are things. No matter how tough life gets, no matter how much of a setback you have, whether it's complete career failure, there are still things you can be thankful for. So yes, career failure, I can admit, I have complete career failure. So hopefully I can document from going from complete career failure to almost zero self-confidence to within a couple of years career success, self-confidence, and going out there and finally being the social person I desire to be. So that's all for now, guys. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.